enemy right now. Betray him. You think this man is not going to betray you? You dumbass when he sat there and said it. The man said he would befriend your enemy and then betray him. Look at what he did to ZX 1400.
I didn't say that. That's why people think she a liar. She play a video. She play a video of me saying that, but she don't show the video. It's a comedy skit. All these lies. It's a damn shame. I have to play the audio because it's like 50 million lies, and everybody know it. You notice how? Hold on. Her people name is always in her mouth. People she don't know. People I don't know. I have people who I made their acquaintance online and stuff like that, but we don't really know each other. We internet associates. And I'm only going live for about 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I gotta go make some money. You know what I'm saying? Gotta shoot a pilot. You know what I'm saying? Surviving Latanya Jones. But yeah, I'm gonna do this thing, how to make 10 beats in 10 minutes. I'm gonna do that in 10 minutes. But this lady has so many lies that I have to play the audio to address the lies. For no reason. All because Medina had an issue with them girls. If I had an issue with ZX, why do he have 15 million intros? ZX and Diva are neck and neck for the most amount of intros, and ZX got more intros coming. And this lady don't know what she talking about. She said all we tell is lies. I haven't told any lies, and everything that I've said, I've reinforced it with a video. So now I got to reinforce it again with surviving Latanya Jones, and let the words come out of the victim's mouth and let the words come out of her mouth. And I'm not doing any commentary. I'm just editing the video, presenting the facts. Let the victims talk, Latanya talk, you make the decision. And you can put that on a thumb drive, send it to the authorities. A matter of fact, I suggest you get a Dropbox and then and then send the authorities the link, because they already know you nuts because you coming with a USB. You go into the police station with a USB stick that you call a thumb drive. When you didn't even have to leave the house, you could have sent a Dropbox link and you can get 2 gigs for free. Or I recommend using WeTransfer.com, where you can send up to 2 gigs for free. And but Dropbox at least let you have like a little storage place where you can access it on your phone. So like if you go to the police station, you can say, well, here's a link to a folder of videos, and then you say, what's your email? And then you just send them the link or send it to the detective's phone while you're at the station. But bringing a floppy disk or extended hard drive or a thumb drive, they already know you're missing a few eggs from a dozen. You know what I'm saying? So this is for the people who catch the show a little bit later. I'm going to play some of her lives while I create 10 different tracks in 10 minutes, but not complete tracks, just enough to freestyle or the rap over. Okay, so here we go. So I'm not worried. You keep it for me. Now, now you hear that devilish laugh? She knows the law. She said she knows the law very well, and you know she's smarter than us. She's still gonna try to keep that thought that she's smarter than everybody else. She's been wrong with everything, not only on YouTube but her whole life. But me personally, if I've been wrong like a bunch of times, I would start to get insecure and start second guessing my situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like to have typos. I don't even like if I comment on people's stuff. You might notice that I always say edit because I go back and look at it again and try to edit to the best of my abilities because I don't even like typos. You feel me? Let me make sure it's not echoing. Yeah, there is a little. I sound like Eric B and Rakim. I came in the door. I said it before. I never let the mic magnetize me no more. Check out my melody. Check out my melody. So let me I'm gonna knock out 5 little beats right quick, and then I'm gonna let her tell her lies and address it and knock out 5 more beats, and then I'm gonna sign out and go to the work site. Okay. Okay. I think that was 5 tracks right there. So we're gonna chop it up, address these lies, and then I'm gonna knock out 5 more tracks. I'm just saying, not those cheesy radio shit. I'm talking about beats that real MCs can freestyle or write a song to. All you need is a nice groove that lasts 3 or 4 minutes while you spit. So these are the type of beats, how to knock out great freestyle beats in 10 minutes. So we just did 5 right there in 5 minutes. So let's address some of those lies. Did this sound like a victim?
Oh,
And make sure you check out
when are y'all going?
Surviving LJ. Surviving.
And when are you going to stand the
Now check this out. The law is on her side, but not your side. She's smart, you're dumb. She used her government name and showed all her business, her bank account, everything. Because she lacks self-awareness, and she lacks common sense. She may not remember if you was live for 12 hours and then around that 11th hour you showed your number, your mom, dad, son, ex-boyfriends, all kind of stuff. That means that you don't have a concern about privacy. You don't respect other people's privacy. And, anybody related to you could be in danger because you are negligent with your security. And, maybe in your hick town, they'll believe what you say and be on your side. But if you come to a metropolitan city that have T1 lines, fiber optics, and 5G bandwidth, you come out here with that shit, they're gonna laugh at you, especially when a 50-year-old lady says she's a victim of cyberbullying, and especially if she say she got fired and people showed her house on the internet and all that stuff because it was already there. They showed my LinkedIn account. You put your own stuff on LinkedIn, it's public. So she also thinks that when we have a public show like this, that my show is public. If I wanted it to be private or I didn't want nobody to know, I would put it on private and send out a link, or I would put it on unlisted and send out a link. So, unlike her, if my show is public, I'm already going to assume with my common sense that people are watching me that may want to kill me. There are people that are watching that may want to date me. There's people that's watching me that may like me or hate me. There's people that's watching me, maybe they can hit a lick, maybe they can break into my house or something like that. I have to assume all of that. I got to assume that there's weird freaks and all kind of deviants of society that may be watching, lurkers. People like her who have people watching the chat so they can report to her. I have to, common sense tell you, if you have a public show, you're not hiding. Common sense would tell you everybody in the chat room know the show is public. Nobody got a link for it to be a private show or an unlisted show. So that means when people type in the chat room, they're saying what they're saying on purpose. It's up to you to believe or be affected by what they're saying. They already know simple-minded people are triggered, so they will say things on purpose just to upset simple-minded people. Now, me having a public show, I know that everything I show and everything I say is already documented. Even if I don't have an enemy, the YouTube and Google is documenting everything. They're transcribing everything because you have closed caption, and people with hearing disabilities got to be able to see the text. So everything that you say in the show is being turned into text for a closed caption. I guess she don't understand that either. When you have a public show, you're not hiding anything, and whatever you say may offend somebody anywhere in the world. Now, if you're just focused on one person in one subject, and that's your concern about that one subject and that one person, just because somebody messes with your channel doesn't mean that they know who that person is, especially when that person really ain't nobody. It's just somebody to you. But when you got people around the world that can watch you, that knows English or can translate it, and you say something offensive about their country or the people or this, that, and this, they might troll you for life. You see what I'm saying? Now, this crazy lady said that somebody told her about me. So she told on herself. That means she listens to hearsay and gossip. I know somebody who know him, and she told me about him, and he this and he that, and he didn't come on the show and deny it. I'm blocked from your channel, so I cannot come in your chat room and tell you that what you're saying is not true. Plus, I don't know anybody on YouTube, so I don't know who could tell you that. See, since you listen to gossip and stuff and you're simple-minded, anybody can tell you that they know me. Even if you was in a private group hangout with me, they'll use that to make you believe that they know me. But just because you're in a private group with me doesn't mean you know me, because I have witnesses. I won't do a one-on-one group with anybody. That's why it's called a group. I have never had a one-on-one thing with a person. It have to be at least 3, 5, 6, 7 people in there, and everything that's said, everybody else have to witness what is said, because I don't want to be accused of flirting or hitting on somebody or making a pass at somebody. So even my enemy, or somebody who don't like me anymore, or we ain't cool no more, they could tell you that he is the type of person that say, I'm not comfortable with this private chat. Let's go back to the group, because what you say need to be witnessed by other people. Now, a person like Diet Melanin could tell you that his lordship would say, hey, we're in a group, but don't trust me, and don't trust anybody in this group, and don't say anything in this group that you don't want to get outside. Just because we're in a group doesn't mean that we're friends or we're that tight. Somebody in this group is going to betray you. So let's have fun now, but don't trust me or anybody in this group. That's how I roll. But see, simple-minded people won't understand that. So I played a little game. I said, hey, let me drop this pixelated picture in the group. There's a text. You know, maybe your friend Anasaji or your friend Queen Sheba would say, when they gave you the picture, it should have said, they should have screenshot the words. The word said, hey, since we're in the group, I'm going to let you see what I look like. And then I dropped the pixelated picture, and then they said, oh, that's fucked up. You playing, because they can't see what I look like. You know, and then they gave you the wrong picture. But either picture is pixelated, because I ain't stupid. I've been online since 1996. I've been doing music online since 1996. So why would I wait till 2019 and make a mistake? Why would I wait till 2020, 2021, 2023, 2017 and make a mistake online? I had a long time to practice and to learn from other people's mistakes as well as my own. You see? But you're smarter than me. You're smarter than everybody online. And you were just pretending, and that was just an act to get people to expose themselves, and you know, but what you're saying is you lied about lying. And I'm basically a liar, and I use lies to achieve a goal. So whether you're lying or telling the truth, you're still proving that you can't be trusted. And then the other day, you know, some people came in your chat room because you was running your mouth about their private business, and when they confronted you about it, you said, oh no, I wasn't saying, I didn't mean it that way. And you know, you went straight to the Lord on them. Yeah, I'm just, you know, trying to be godly. But you was running your mouth the other day, and the same threats that you put out can apply to you. Those threats, you know what I'm saying? Like, you assume that I grew up just because just because I'm somewhat articulate, you think I grew up privileged. How about I may have grown up fucked up and then refused to be fucked up once I became an adult? I know women who lived in the projects that fought hard not to accidentally get pregnant. They fought hard to remain abstinent. They went to charm school. They graduated top of their class. They went to one of the best high schools in the city. And they even used a parasol in their prom picture. Okay? Now, do you know the difference between an umbrella and a parasol? So anyway, what's up, everybody? Observer Dat 504 and whoever's lurking. Like, who goes live and don't assume that people are not watching you, even your enemy, even people who want to get to know you, people that are intrigued with you, people that hate your guts, people who are upset with you, people who are tired of hearing you, people who you get on their nerves, but they somehow got to listen anyway. Nothing is said in the chat room that don't want to be seen. That's the whole purpose of being public, is to be seen and be heard. So when you text in the chat room, it's forever. The playback is forever. The texting is on record. When you text in the chat room, there's a timestamp. It's on record forever, as long as those servers exist. When I speak on the mic on my public show, I am not trying to hide. And everything I say is being transcribed into text for the hearing impaired. You see what I'm saying? So not only your voice is being recorded, your audio is being converted into text, and it's on record. So when you go public, you are not trying to hide anything because you're public. Now, if you're trying to be secretive, you mark it unlisted and you send your fans a link, or you mark it private and you send your fans a link. Now, the other lie is secretly recording people. You don't have to secretly record anybody because there's a button called download right under the video. It says download. If you have a premium account, you could download 720p or 1080p. You know what I'm saying? You can watch movies and all kind of shit. And any show you watch on YouTube, you can click the download button and download the whole show and watch it later. So there's no secret recordings. I don't have no minions and bots and people working for me undercover watching other people's channels. You do, and you said it and you admitted to it. You the one that's secretly, when you see people having a good time in somebody else's chat, you block them for your chat and you say that they're two-faced because they don't have that same energy in your chat room. So you're the one that's mad. You the one that's crying. You the one that's watching other people's channels to look for people that you see in your chat. That's why people are afraid to chat in your chat room. You know, I saw you block a good brother named Moses Guns. He didn't do anything. That's the guy who played in Black Caesar. He also played the stepfather in Good Times when James Evans died. You know, he's probably 80 years old. He's an actor. I mean, you blocked somebody, you know, I don't know. Moses Gunn he was like one of the first black cowboys. He's an OG. You blocked a long time ago, you blocked Mr. Marquez. But I'm going to enjoy this new series that's out now, Surviving LaTanya Jones. And you're going to hear in the victims' words, the real victims, and you're going to hear in her words. You're going to get to know her better with her own mouth. I'm not going to do any narrating. I'm not going to do any talking, but I might put text on the screen to let you, you know, because she talks so fast and so slick, you could pinpoint when she, you know, does and say certain things, because these things only make sense in her mind. Now, I always wondered if nobody's agreeing with you in the chat and nobody's agreeing with you in the comments, and every time you talk, somebody has a, you know, they try to correct you or have a difference of opinion. You don't take that in consideration. You go, these people are dumb and stupid. I'm right, and you can't tell me, and I'm smarter than you. And that's why you don't have no fans, because when you speak, you sound condescending, you know. And then, you know, you accuse people of wives cheating on them. You accuse other people's husbands cheating on them. You criticize somebody for having a spouse of a different race. You criticize people who may have, you know, people ain't responsible for how they grow up. People, sometimes you're born with a silver spoon, and then you end up with a rusty fork, and then you find another silver spoon. Sometimes you're born with a rusty fork, you end up with a silver spoon, and then you end up with a rusty fork. You see, life is funny that way, you know? And I grew up in a pretty good home, and then Reaganomics hit, and then it went downhill. Then and then it was going uphill, and then the crack epidemic hit. And then it went downhill again. And then when I became responsible for myself and my own actions, like everybody on YouTube, that's when life started to turn around, because life is in my own hands. So, but for a adult to assume that other adults team up and work together and co-conspire to do somebody in, metaphorically, online, like they got time to do that, you're sadly mistaken. It's your mouth, not your looks. Nobody care about how you look in your hair and all that bullshit. Nobody cares. That's just a sidebar because once people realize that you're crazy and unreasonable and never will concede to a fact, they just said, fuck it, we just gonna have fun. But really, let's say, the intentions at first was to try to help you realize that you may do and say things that you may regret later on. And you always calling people dummies, and you always talking about calling the authorities, and you're always talking about putting somebody in jail. But when you do go to jail, the fact that you called people dummies and stuff and always acted arrogant and was always condescending, that's going to make it 10 times worse. It's going to make you look 10 times. If you really was a victim and you was more humble and had more empathy and stuff, if you went to jail, people would say, oh, she was crazy, but she was she was cool. I mean, she was fun. She was crazy, but they didn't have to take it there. But because you really steadfast on looking down on people and thinking that you really know something, and you hate to be corrected, and you call people dumbasses all the time, people are going to really enjoy when you get locked up. And you really did do a hit and run. You was live. And let's say you didn't do a hit and run. Let's say you didn't say, I'm not going to stop. Let's say we didn't hear the car hit your car. And because we're not there and we couldn't see it, you said, you hit my car. And you was cussing and all that shit, So we're not in the car with you. So of course you're going to say, you hit my car, because you want to look innocent. Because we out of 3 years, we never heard you take accountability for anything. So of course we already knew you was gonna say it was their fault. But guess what? The fact that you go live and drive at the same time, that's reckless driving. You will lose your insurance. So the fact that you was live and it showed your GPS and you had an accident, it's your fault regardless. It's just your fault because you was live anyway. Whether you had an accident or not, just going live driving you can lose your license. You can lose your insurance. I wouldn't want to be on the street with somebody who's going live on IG and stuff on the road next to me. No. That's called reckless driving. You didn't even have a mount for your window. At least you could have had a car mount on the windshield, where you can keep your eyes on the road. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we examined the audio. I mean, we in a very technological age, so there is a show where we analyze the audio, heard the impact, heard the cars chase you, tried to force you to pull over. You probably don't drive because you probably got your license suspended, but of course you're gonna lie and say, I get nervous, I have anxiety, I can't drive. Why does it matter that strangers know the truth about you? We are strangers to each other, and we are strangers to you. But you will get online, and when you're satisfied that you have convinced us that what you're saying is the truth, that's when you sign off. But you don't have no confirmation. There's no confirmation in the chat. There's no confirmation in the comments. You just decide in your own mind that you roasted somebody, or you exposed somebody, or you convince somebody that you're innocent and that you're a victim. But once again, it's your mouth that gets you in trouble. So let's knock out 5 more tracks right quick, just to show you that you can make 10 beats in 10 minutes. I got to hit the road. I can't address. It's just so many lies, but I'll just leave it at this. I didn't get a chance to address people in the chat, but shout out to everyone at Hudson, at E-Love, and everybody. I'm gonna read the chat later. But you know what's weird? What's weird is she's projecting on people like me. Everything she say actually applies to her, and we have videos to prove it. She says I'm ignoring her accusations from a rumor, and God, I don't even have to address an accusation from a rumor. There is no video of me nodding, falling asleep, sniffing, snorting. I got sound bites of other YouTubers doing it. I haven't put it out there. I'm like Nino Brown. If I go down, everybody go down. Now I'm fucking with you. But we have videos of her having manic attacks, pills in the background, shaking pills, counting pills, selling weed. The video's up. I mean, what you want me to do? You have rumors and accusations from trolls and people that you trust. You tell people, look, all I got to do is show the police you saying I love you at the end of your show. And they know you nuts. You telling people you saying bye to strangers. Even on Big O, you're saying I love you, goodbye to bots. Because that Big O is not recorded. When your show is over, it's over. You address bots and non-existent people. And you exposed, you made troll accounts of Natural and stuff like that, and then denied it to her face and made up some excuse why you did it. All that shit was in your head. We don't give a fuck about your ninjas and stuff like that. You don't even know who those people are. If somebody been online for 20 years or whatever, you really messing with like some like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really messing with somebody who knows something. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Anyway, there is no proof of me doxing anybody. And you know what she said? You don't get your hands dirty. You don't do your own dirty work. See, there's always some kind of excuse for the truth. How can I get another stranger to do something for me? And I'm an adult and they are an adult. Adults make their own. Did nobody move out their mama house and grow up and have kids and all this shit just to get online to do the orders of somebody else, unless you crazy. But you admitted that you got people everywhere watching us, screen shooting, and during your show, you getting messages. So who looks like, have I got one message from somebody? You heard my phone going off? Do I got people out there trolling for me, working for me, and sending me stuff and sending me information? My show is pretty quiet and smooth. During her show, she's always distracted. She's eating, she's getting pictures and messages, and then she showed the pictures on the screen. So you look more guilty than I do, and then you talk about how smart you are and how you manipulate people, and that's manipulation 101. You don't hear yourself talk. You confess. Almost every 3 shows you do a confession. Every couple of shows you confess. And you don't think that your videos have any value? You don't think your videos can be used with the authorities? See, we don't have to threaten people with going to the authorities. We just wait till something to happen, and then we just show the videos you forgot about. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta be in the city in 30 minutes. Yeah, adults are responsible for their own actions. I swear to God. And yeah, I wasn't on the internet with a fake vagina, putting my, doing some bullshit while drinking liquor with my keys in the door. Anyway, she watched too many movies. Yeah, she's like, she has the mind of a 12-year-old. And but one thing really is weird. when she tell you what somebody else said, what the FBI said, what a cop told her, what her mom said, what her neighbor said, what some random dude said, who is gonna? Anybody can say my friend said this. Nobody's gonna. That doesn't go anywhere. It has no strength. Just like if something happened, like what you did to Natural, and then you say, well, I did it because, well, that's after the fact. And you only came up with that story after you got busted, just like all the other shit. So I just know one thing. I'm not crazy. So if I'm not crazy, that means somebody else is. Okay? Peace and hair grease. That's all I got to say. Welcome to my show. Hey. This is going out to all my haters. It's low. It's live. Lord shit's live tonight. All the way live. You can't hate on this long. It's going out to my haters who that block me. You can block me, but you can't stop me. You know? Yeah. I respect those who respect me. You know what I'm saying? Lie on me, I lie on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's me.